Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Where in the World is Jeanette Martin of MyBC Consulting. And I'm really excited with these platforms of abundance that we're able to share stories. And I truly believe, and when I teach my W5 sessions, which I have done with the Langley Chamber and the Cloverdale Chamber, that we're born with a blank set of encyclopedias. And when we get to be a story in somebody else's set, and they get to become a story in our set, that's how we build a life. So in my company, MyBC Consulting has 3 C's. The 3 C's of me is community, connection, and collaboration. And the person that we're going to be W5ing today almost, I think, fits all 3 of those over the years as I've gotten to know this who. So, and sometimes when I do that, Shannon is sitting actually on my screen to my left, but it's probably pointing, going to come up to my right. So welcome to Where in the World is Jeanette Martin, the W5 story session. So who are you?
Hi, thanks so much for having me, Jeanette. And you're right, I've enjoyed participating in all those C's with you over the years. So I'm thankful for this opportunity. So my name is Shannon Todd Booth. And I'm in a number of things. For my work role, I'm the Communications and Funds Development Manager at the Langley Hospice Society, an organization and a cause that's close to my heart. I'm a mom of two teenagers, Hope and Zoe, who are 15 and 19, and attended the Langley Fine Arts School, and one's in university now. And my husband, Paul, works locally at Vitrum. An company out in North Langley. So we live, work, and play in Langley, and in addition to a mom and a colleague at work, I volunteer regularly, and I'm also a board member, second term with the Otter Co-op, another community-based organization that I support, and with my time and with my purchasing locally. I'm a big fan of supporting local and participating in my own community.
So the next question it leads to is what? So if you can pick, say, 2 of the who's that you are, and this may seem like a Dr. Seuss exercise by the end of this. So, and say 2 of those who roles, what do you do?
You talked about the C's and what that looks like. I have always been passionate about community development and engagement. And so if you look at the common theme throughout my entire life, really, and it's particularly my career or paid work or however we look at that, and volunteer work, has always had a community connection. And I find that, so that piece is important to me. I feel like there's something so powerful about true engagement in a cause or a project in your community, and what that looks like. And I think that starts with each and every one of us. And so you will see that theme has run through most of the paid work I've had in the community. And I found with age, my focus has been more and more local. So I've always have had a connection and a work connection, government and then nonprofit. But I found in the last number of decade or 2, I found that I'm more and more focused on that local in my community, live, work, and play, and give back in my own community. And some of that's seeing the fruits of the labor. Some of that's more involvement with age and stage, and through my kids and my husband and friends, family, and work, all of those things.
So where is the Langley Hospice Society's office?
Our Langley Hospice Society office is in the city of Langley. It's on 48th Avenue, just around the corner for the Community Music School and across from City Park. So we're in the residential area that we purchased in 2010, and it allows us to deliver our grief and bereavement support programs and services free of charge to the broader community. So we serve, although our location is in Langley City, we serve the entire township of Langley and city of Langley and surrounding areas.
You know what? That's something I didn't know. So that's the beautiful part about these W5 stories. Right? And where is the actual, where our citizens go to hospice? Where is that?
So the current, we call it the interim hospice residence, is grounds of Langley Memorial Hospital at the front end of that. So they're small one-story buildings that are connected to long-term care buildings on the same property. So we have 10 beds in the hospice residence there. 4 of those are private and 6 are semi-private. So it's an older building. We're currently in the process of getting ready to start construction on a brand new 15-bed hospice residence in Langley. So we're working hard with our funding partners and including Fraser Health in the province of BC to make that happen. And we'll are excited for the time ahead and when that will be a reality for our community. It will mean 15 private rooms and the amenities that come with a newer space and building, including access to the outdoors, a spa, its own kitchen, etc. So I know for families who've experienced the current and interim hospice residents, our volunteers and the staff there do an amazing job of supporting families and patients. We just know how much more we'll be able to do in this new space.
So that leads to when did you decide that this is what this role that you have, doing what you do, where you do it? So when did you decide that this is where you wanted your life to go to?
You know, it's funny that I always say for many years I always used to say I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up, and sometimes that still feels true. And I turned 50 last year, and but I've had a really interesting career path that has there's been education and training and experiences that have naturally tended in the direction and had me land where I feel like I should be in lots of ways. And there's been, I mean, there's hard work and hours and good people involved in all making that happen. My last 20 years or so have been, I started work with the YMCA for many years in community and employment development, and then moved into a role when my mom was sick with cancer. I got involved with the Canadian Cancer Society's Relay for Life as a volunteer first. Passionate about trying to do something in a place and space in your life where you feel like there's not much you can do. And then ended up working with the Cancer Society after my volunteer role in coordinating the Relay for Life events in the Fraser Valley, and then with a major focus on Langley. And then after that period of time and some other board and volunteer roles, I found I'm passionate about both in that community development, fundraising, but also in the communications end of things. And so that had me land in a role that the Langley Hospice Society created in 2013, and I applied for, that just seemed the perfect fit for me. I felt like they wrote it for me. And so, and kind of feel like all of my experiences led me to that role. My mom passed away in 2008, and I didn't know about hospice. And what I've learned is what kind of support that could have provided for someone who I had 2 young children at home and was the primary caregiver for my mom during her cancer journey, and then inherited the care of my grandmother because my mom was an only child and after she passed away. And so, yeah, I have learned that organizations like ours are so important, and not only supporting patients, but in supporting families and caregivers. And how important it is to have that support during that caregiving and accompanying individuals on their end of life journey. But in addition to that, the support that's necessary after, and for when people are left grappling with what's been a very busy caregiving experience and have lost their loved ones, and then grappling with what life looks like after. And so, so the why for me, it's every day. I choose where I am every day, and feel like right now it's been a perfect combination of the things that I feel like I have something to contribute to, but that I benefit from as well. So, yeah, grateful for that.
That's awesome. And I know we both sit with the Langley Gives at the different nonprofits that we are with, and the great works that our volunteers, we often say that we have the best volunteers in Langley, in the Langley Township, in the Langley City, and how they step up and they show their heart and share their heart So it is, we're so blessed to live in this community. We step up in the most wonderful ways for each other. And I would personally like to say thank you so much to the Langley Hospice Society back in 2016 when my dad was passing away. He didn't get over to the hospice bed. He was hospiced right in the Langley Memorial Hospital. And the caregiver that came up and had a great conversation with us put us at ease. And it's amazing, within, I think, the next couple of days, with their words of wisdom, my dad was able to pass in peace. We were talking briefly before we started this, is I'm from a big blended family, and we were being too quiet. And if anybody knows me out there in the world, I am not a quiet person. And we kind of put a big lively sense of life and appreciation for my dad in his room, and he was able to pass very, very peacefully and quietly, and with his loved ones around. So I am so grateful to you. I'm grateful to our friendship and for everything that you do within our community. And I do know August 24th, you've got a golf tournament coming up. So when this gets posted, and I take the video, I'll make sure that we put that link below. I do know it will sell out very quickly because A, people like to golf in this city, and B, it's such a great cause. So Shannon, thank you so much for sharing a portion of your W5 story with me today. And look, next week, I may be here next Monday or not. It is BC Day here in British Columbia where we live. But you never know, because I'm the collector of stories. And if I find somebody out there that I need to share their story, or they want to share their story with me, this is the platform to do it.
Wonderful.
So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you have any comments or questions for Shannon about the Langley Hospice Society after you watch this, throw it in the comments. And if you have any questions for me, I'm definitely here as well. So enjoy the day, everybody, and tune in again for another edition of Where in the World is Jeanette Martin of MyBC Consulting.
Thanks, Jeanette. Bye.